It's as deep as it can go already. Don't keep going. A taking woman gets stuck under the bed. She pushes her backside up in the air, and a strong delivery man comes to the rescue. He tears off her thong and starts going wild. I had been dancing for years, so I could move as fluidly as water. I could captivate with a single glance and a smile. My husband, Carl Hagler, was entranced with my body. He always complimented me on my exquisite beauty. After we got married, I focused all my attention on Carl. He was 3 years younger than me and was a wealthy heir. He was as strong as an ox and would have liked nothing better than to plow me every single day. I tried to tempt Carl into bed every night. Honey, I want to do it again. Carl's rough hands would grab and knead my bosom so hard that it threatened to spill out of my thin lace nightdress. It was the most tempting part of my body. My bosom jiggled and bounced, and I felt a warm feeling pool in the lower half of my body. I wanted to do it. I pouted and stuck out my tongue slightly as I let out an alluring sigh. I was anticipating a good time that would leave me sweating. However, Carl finished very quickly. Darling, aren't I amazing? He had become flaccid so fast and finished in less than 2 minutes. Despite this, he couldn't wait to fish for compliments from me. I bit my lower lip and tried my best not to make a single sound. However, my legs were twisted so tightly together that I felt like a pretzel. It felt as if ants were gnawing on every inch of my skin. I was tormented. To avoid hurting his self-esteem, I lied and nodded. He could probably perform better next time. However, the higher my anticipation was, the more disappointed I was. For 3 whole months, not once did he give me an exhilarating time. Carl seemed to understand that he had a problem. He would often work late into the night before coming home. He didn't dare look me in the eye, or at my gaze filled with unfulfilled desire. I really wished we could have a good time in bed. I wanted him to open me up and satiate my thirst. When I couldn't stand the loneliness I felt, I would use toys and clamp them between my legs while I fantasized about all the strong men I knew. I could only fall asleep once I had used up all the strength I had. I had a racy dream the other day. My entire body felt as if it were burning, and my limbs ached and felt drained of strength. When I woke up, I still felt dissatisfied, so I found a toy to entertain myself. My eyes rolled into the back of my head with pleasure, but the toy fell underneath the bed. My enjoyment was cut off abruptly, and I felt as if I was being driven mad with desire. I yearned for it to continue vibrating. I quickly rolled out of bed before getting on my hands and knees, sticking my butt in the air. I wanted to retrieve the toy from under the bed. However, while I was backing out, I suddenly felt pain in my chest. I was stuck under the bed. It was all because of how big my chest was. My chest was a sensitive spot, and it had swollen slightly. The more force I tried to use, the more it hurt from the friction. My breathing became shallow, but I felt secure because of the phone I was gripping in my other hand. I could call Carl for help. I would just have to hold on until he got back. There was a sudden, urgent knocking on the door. "Are you home, Ms. Brown? I'm here to make a delivery."